What's going on YouTube? This is Ben. Hey, I wanted to make a quick little Saturday video for you. Grinding pretty hard all day today, but I wanted to take some time out to share a few insights from last week that I experienced with a few clients. So this is something pretty new to me. It hasn't really happened before. I haven't encountered this situation, and I figured some of you might encounter this sometime in your recruiting career. So I thought it might be valuable to share the information and my experience with it. So as the title shows, this is all about giving. So what happened was I had a few hiccups with two different clients that I work with that are very high volume, each of them looking for about 10 candidates apiece. All 10 candidates, each one of them is a $3,000 fee, pretty heavy money on the table over the next few months. So possibly $60,000 or so that we're looking at in total. So pretty valuable clients. It's really important to consider the investment that you're making when you're working with clientele and what they mean to you overall down the road. It's why you spend ads and it's why you spend money on other things. So there was a few hiccups for sure. Sent over some clients that weren't fully vetted, didn't have good background. They lied in their background, or they weren't fully capable of doing the job, or this or that, or whatever it might be. And so we had some conversations where, the hiring manager was obviously disappointed with what the results were, and I was clearly disappointed in sending certain candidates over that were at that level, because that's not what I'm trying to do. Ultimately, I'm trying to get people that are qualified, ready to go in the door, starting immediately. So what I did to rectify the situation is something I hadn't done before. I decided to buy both clients lunch, just catering lunch for them on one random day. I said, hey, would you mind if I send over lunch on Tuesday or whatever it is? I'd love to treat you guys. Just out of the blue, just because I knew we had a little hiccup in the situation, and so I wanted to be generous and maybe try something out. I have not done this before, but I did it for two of these clients, one being a pretty large production company, the other one being a smaller transportation service. So what I did was I just catered lunch for both of them. I think each catering was like $300. Total was like $600 out of my pocket. But ultimately, that's, $600 talking about $60,000 over time if I earn all of their business to fill all their positions. So they were super gracious about accepting, which I was surprised about, because I thought, sometimes people have a thing about accepting things from vendors and people that you're doing business with and stuff like that. But they were super open to it. They were just like, oh, wow, that'd be great, man. You can sure treat us. We love this one pizza place down the street. So I called it in. I just sent them lunch, and, they said, hey, thanks. It was great. And it was perfect. And that was it. We just left it at that. Just a small gesture, right? So there's a ton of videos, Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, people talk about, give. It's the best way to get rich. Just keep giving. And I have to say, it ended up working out that way. Ultimately, what it did is strengthen the relationship that we have right now, so that I can continue placing candidates at these current clients, take their future business, because they know that I'm the real deal and I really want to mean business with them. And then also get referrals. The referrals could be, another $60,000 in business, who knows? Because referrals get more referrals and more referrals upon that. So that's a whole other story. But ultimately, it's something I hadn't done before, did it for the first time. It was successful. I wanted to share that, and I wanted to say, don't be afraid to try new things like that. Give wherever you can, give generously, just be open to it. Wherever you think that there's a gesture that you can make, that you have the capacity to do, just do it. Just be generous, just be open with it. It will come back to you tenfold, and it already started to. They already had a whole attitude change with me as far as the way they were discussing, the process moving forward. Like, oh yeah, we'll start taking more candidates, and we'll start working on this more, and we'll be open to more candidates and stuff like that. So the relationship was definitely strengthened. So give generously, do it all the time, and that's all I've got for you today. So I'll catch you guys on Sunday. All right, take care.